Okay, hello everyone. This module is about how to generate images on Leonardo AI. So that's what we're going to do right now. This, as you should know by now, this is the Leonardo AI platform. So we're going to head over to the image section. So the basics. Now that you have your account set up, we're going to create your first image. The process is straightforward, but understanding the mechanics will help you get better results. So let's have a little breakdown of the interface. So when you're on the main generation screen, you'll see several key areas. There's the prompt box right here. This is where you describe what you want to create. So it's the most important part of the process, really. I'm going to backspace this old prompt that I had here from before. And I'm just going to get rid of these reference images so we can start fresh. Then we have model selection over here on the left. Leonardo has different AI models optimized for different styles, so you can switch between them based on what you're trying to create. So let's have a look at the models. We've got Auto, which is a preset that selects the best model for your prompt. That we've got GPT Image 2, Nano Banana 2, Seedream 4.5, Lucid Origin, Flux Point 2 Pro, GPT Image 1.5, Nano Banana Pro, etc., etc. Then we got generation settings over here, just underneath the models. So there's prompt enhance, which that basically, if you wrote something simple like a woman standing on a sidewalk, you could click over here and click on, well, there would usually be an improve prompt button here, which you would click, and the AI automatically makes your prompt more descriptive and more detailed. So that's a handy little tool. Then we have underneath that style. So heaps of different styles. There's 3D render, acrylic, creative, dynamic, fashion, game concept, graphic design 2D, graphic design 3D, and illustration. Oh, well, there's more. Portrait cinematic, portrait fashion, etc., etc. So that's also good. It helps guide the AI to what aesthetic you're trying to achieve with your image. Then under that, we have image dimensions. So got 2 to 3, which is your basic Instagram or Facebook post. Then you've got 1 to 1, which is obviously a square, 16:9, which is like your YouTube thumbnails, and then custom, that's where you'll find, so like your TikTok and Instagram reels and stories, 9 to 16 is generally the size for them. And then you've got size. So I always do small when we're just making drafts. When you want to make a final post-ready image, then I'd probably still even do small because then I'd upscale it afterwards, which I'll show you further on. Then you've got a number of generations. So one, sometimes, there's no room for error. So I like to do 2. You can do more if you like, but just keep in mind that that's going to use more credits the more generations you want it to output. So yeah, and then we're just going to leave the advanced settings for now because this is more beginner orientated, this tutorial. So we're not going to change any of those settings right now. Okay. So we'll just get out of there. And I just want to show you quickly before we get started generating images is when you go back to the home page and you scroll down just under the blueprints feature, you've got a little section called community creations. So these aren't just random images and videos down here. They're real work from real people. So when you hover over an image, you can see the creator's name, how many likes it has, and a brief description. So if we just go click on here, we can see that Soul Hex Code Form made this image. It's got 97 likes. And this here is actually the prompt that was used to create it. So if we click on that, as you can see right here, when you open the image, you'll see something crucial, which is the prompts used to create it. This is your goldmine for learning because you can see exactly what words and phrases were used to achieve that look. For example, if you see an image with ultra sharp focus, you can see that this phrase directly contributed to that crisp, detailed appearance. Other common prompt elements you'll see include hyperrealistic, cinematic lighting, soft focus, professional photography, and warm tones. These aren't magic words, they're descriptive instructions that guide the AI towards a specific aesthetic. So, the key information about each image in these community creations is the resolution, the size of the image, the date created, and the pipeline, so the method used to create it. And the seed number is also handy, which is a unique identifier that can be used to recreate similar results. So you can use these community images as inspiration. You can take any image and use it as a starting point for your own work. So some options are image to image. You can use the image as a reference to guide your generation. You can describe changes you want, and Leonardo will create a new version based on your description. You can remix it. You can take the image and add your own creative twist. So it's like a variation. You can use it as guidance. So you can use the seed number or style from an image to create something completely different, but with a similar aesthetic. So let's move on and generate our first image. So go back to the image section. So let's say you wanted to create a portrait. Okay. Now, let's say you wanted to create a portrait of yourself. What you can do is, and this is really, really handy for keeping characters consistent across your generations. So all you need to do is upload an image if you click on this box. And if you want it to be you, that features in the image we're going to generate, then upload an image of yourself. Just wait for that. Here we go. Confirm. Okay. And then we're going to write our prompt. So basically, what putting that picture there does is it tells the AI that you want to see that person in the outputs. So now let's write our prompt. So prompting is about being specific. You're not going to write a portrait of this girl. We're going to write sorry about that, a photorealistic portrait of this woman with long black hair, deep brown eyes, wearing a professional business suit, and then more details like studio lighting is good, soft focus background, professional photography. Okay, so once you've written in your prompt, and you don't even have to write that much at this point, you can write literally a photorealistic portrait of this woman. Um, and when you click on this button here, you'll see all these options come up, and there's one called Improve Your Prompt. So let's click on that and see what it says. So now it's changed my prompt to a stunningly elegant woman is depicted in exquisite detail with long flowing black hair and captivating deep brown eyes. She is dressed in a stylish professional business suit set against a soft focus background illuminated by studio lighting. This photorealistic portrait radiates sophistication and professionalism, showcasing the subject's beauty and confidence with impeccable clarity. So it's just added a little bit more detail and guided that AI a little better than I did. So that's a really good feature for beginners that don't really know their way around prompting yet. Then we're going to pick our model that we're going to use to generate this image. So GPT Image 2 is good. I do prefer Nano Banana. For the most realistic human results, I definitely recommend Nano Banana Pro. It can't be matched with the realism that it generates. So I am going to choose Nano Banana Pro. Now, for the other settings, well, I'm just going to put 1 to 1 here, um, and put 2 generations. I'm not going to change any other settings, and I would probably recommend to leave them as defaults when you're just starting out. So let's click on generate and see what we get from that. Okay, so let's look at these results. So to see it come up bigger, we'll just click on it like that. Look how gorgeous that output is. It's followed the image reference that I gave it perfectly. Looks exactly like the reference image, the same person, I mean, and that is a beautiful professional shot of the character in my image reference. So that's fantastic. Then this one, which is a little bit more of a close-up one. And again, the exact same person is featured in the picture and is looking professional and everything that I put in my prompt. So that's fantastic. Getting variations of your prompt is good because you can see different interpretations and pick your favorite. Or if none of them are quite right, you can adjust the prompt and try again. Use one as a starting point to refine it, or copy prompts from community images that have a similar style. So, some tips to get better generations: make sure you be specific because vague prompts give vague results. The more detail you provide, the better the app. You can use style references, so include terms like oil painting or watercolor, digital art, photography. You get the idea. Describe lighting, so golden hour lighting, studio lighting, soft shadows. They all affect the mood of the image. And include quality descriptors, so ultra detailed, high resolution, professional quality. Combine concepts, so that means mix styles and subjects creatively. And basically just play around with it. I mean, as for beginners, that's how you learn the platform and that's how you get used to what prompts work and what wording works and that kind of thing, is by testing and trying until you get the desired result. So have a play around with it, and see what you can do, see what you create, and post what you create in the community because I love to see what you guys create. So I'm just going to leave that one there and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.